Hello everybody, today I am making a video because I want to film a video and I haven't filmed a video in very long. So if this is the first time you see me, this is not how I really talk, but I am very hyper right now and I am very excited to do this, so I am talking like this because I am very excited. How are my lovely tiny teen peepees doing? I'm a crazy cat lady now. I have 2 kitties and I love him. I love them so much. Look at these fat flubbers. Look at these flubbers. They're just so big flubbers. This video is not about my cats. Let me just say, as you guys saw by the title, this is a cook with me. And I'm going to be making spaghetti and meatballs. As I am cooking, I'm going to be giving life updates, what I've been up to, what I've been doing to my body. Alright people, so we are going to get started on boiling the pasta. We have a pot here and I'm just gonna fill it with water. I don't want this video to be boring, so what we're gonna do as well is we're also gonna make Nutella and peanut butter croissants. So we're gonna go ahead and boil this. Do not use tap water, guys. Don't you dare use tap water when you're boiling water. I don't want to hear it that you use tap water because that is very bad for your body. Tap water has a lot of metals, and if you boil it, it's like you're concentrating the metals even more. I'm gonna grab a handful of the spaghetti and we're gonna throw it in the pot. So I already messed up because, you know, trial and error with cooking, okay? So I'm gonna boil my pasta first. I'm putting it right here, putting the heat on high. And I just put my pasta to the side. Meanwhile this cooks, we're gonna go ahead and get the meat ready. Pause, okay, because it is too quiet, so I'm gonna put some copyright free background music in the back because I need some type of music. Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed already, but I'm a little all over the place when I cook, especially if I cook a meal that I'm not used to cooking over and over again. Like, this is not something I usually make. So we're gonna go ahead and you guys are gonna go through it with me, okay? Okay guys, I swear to you, music is like, I don't know, I just love music so much. It makes me feel so like at peace, you know? Alright though, I got all the ingredients here. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm going to be putting into the ground beef. And then as I'm mixing and making little balls, we're gonna get into, you know, what I've been up to in life. Okay, so I have my ground beef right here. I'm gonna be putting 1 egg in there, Parmesan, Italian style breadcrumbs, some Lorry's, garlic and herb, and some onion powder, and also some salt and pepper. Look at my cute little salt and pepper shakers. Aren't these adorable? My sister found them on Amazon and we are in love with them. Our theme, as you already can probably see in our kitchen, is strawberries. We have a little strawberry teapot thing right here. So cute. A little strawberry cookie jar. There's no cookies in there. Oh, there is cookies. Oh my god. And then we just have little strawberry hand towels. It is such a cute little vibe in here. I love it. Okay, my lovely humans. So I have the meat right here. We're gonna get started. So I'm gonna throw in some Lorry's. I know it looks like a lot, but you gotta be generous with your seasonings. Don't make no bland food. Onion powder, garlic and herb. On the recipes I saw online, people were cutting up parsley and basil and all these things, but I don't have none of that, so I'm just using the garlic and herb. So I just realized that I was talking so much positivity and good stuff about my salt and pepper shakers, but yeah, I didn't put any salt and pepper in my meat. It still tasted good though, I'm not gonna lie. It was still bushing at the end, okay. Some Parmigiano. Oh, this thing smells like feet. I don't like this. but it's good. Next, we're gonna be adding this Italian style breadcrumbs. Lastly, 1 egg. And now we mix this up. So what have I been up to in life? What have you guys been up to in life? I want to know too. Make sure you comment. Make sure you follow me on social medias. Right now I'm not on Instagram, but I am on TikTok. So you guys are always welcome to, you know, go and comment. I always try to reply to all the comments. So don't be shy, don't be scared. I love everyone. I love all of you humans because you guys are watching me. Like, you guys really are watching one of my videos right now. It's a little crazy to think about, but yeah, this is really cold. You guys are about to see how fast my brain works. Like, I get so many thoughts at once in this fucking clip. Sorry for my profanity, but it's just so funny to go back and watch this as I'm editing this. Oh my god, my hands are freezing. Our water is close to boiling, but not yet. Oh, bitch, I forgot to put salt and pepper in this thing. The Lori's already has salt, so I don't put a lot of salt, just a little dash. But yeah, how have you guys been? Hopefully everything is good with y'all. As you guys can see, a pretty obvious life update. I got a tattoo, girl, on my neck. Yeah, oh my god. I'll put a close-up picture somewhere on the screen. It was fucking painful as fuck, but we'll get into that story time right now. This happened on Sunday last week, on the 19th of May. I have a few tattoos on my body, but like if someone were to ask me right now, oh, like what's your most painful tattoo? I used to say my finger, but no honey, not anymore. Okay, I think this is blended or mixed, whatever, pretty well. I'm going to, oh my god, this is so cold on my hands. Okay girls, so I got my plate right here and we're gonna go ahead and start rolling up these little meatballs. Our water is almost ready, but it's not ready yet. So Sunday, my tattoo, I will put the tattoo artist that I got my tattoo from down below. I'll link her Instagram. She did a really good job on what I asked. At first, when I saw the stencil, I was like a little bit like, I don't know, because like I didn't know how it was gonna look tattooed already. If you know, you know. If you've had a tattoo, you know the stencil looks completely different than where your tattoo actually comes out. In my mind, I was expecting something totally different, but she literally changed my expectations. She's in Santa Ana, by the way, if anyone wants to, you know, go get a tattoo by her. Tell her I sent you. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, so I was there. My appointment was at 12. We got there. I went with my boyfriend. He came with me. So we got there. We just chilled right there. And while she was setting up, she didn't get started probably like around 12:30 because she had to print out the stencil, figure out the measurements, and make sure that I liked everything. She was pretty good with like asking me like if I liked the size and everything. If anyone's wondering too, it was $400. It is such a good price for the size of the tattoo. I am really happy that I found her on Instagram. I was like looking through tattoos. I don't even know how I found her, but I found her on Instagram and I was like, I like her work, so I ended up making an appointment. And look, I got tattooed by her and she did such a good job. Anyway, so yeah, we got there. Girl, okay, she started, right? And at first I was like, okay, this isn't that bad. Like, I got it. Like, this is nothing. Because, you know, I had Googled, I had done my research before. I was like, how bad are neck tattoos? And it said that they were pretty bad. So I was kind of already scared going into it. Before I get into, you know, how the pain was and like the rest, we're gonna end this part of the story on I was barely sitting down. Okay, I was sitting down and I was like, okay, I got this. Like, this isn't that bad. But we're gonna pause the story here because the water is boiling, so we need to get the pasta in the water. So as you guys can see, the water is boiling, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in here. Careful not to burn yourself because I'm clumsy as heck. And we're also gonna put some salt in there to give the pasta some flavor. Be generous! And then I'm gonna use my little pasta thing. These are already starting to cook, so I'm just gonna push it down. Those are gonna be ready quick, so I gotta keep an eye on that. But let's get back into the juicy tattoo story. So, you know, I was like, okay, like I got this. Like she started off in like the middle part, so it wasn't that painful, right? It just felt like your average tattoo. Girl. She started working her way up to the face of the angel up here. And then she was going down to my collarbone. Just thinking about it, like just thinking about the pain makes me feel like some type of way. Like I told my sister, I was like, I need a break from getting a tattoo, because from getting a big tattoo. I need to face myself because I'll never stop getting tattoos, okay? I love the feeling. I love tattoos. I will never stop.
Is it an addiction?
Is it an addiction? No, I don't think I think it's an addiction. I think it does put me, like, it makes me happy.
But I need a break from the big ones. I was laying down and I was like, girl, my toes were like this. She would hit like some parts of my neck and my leg would start twitching because like I guess my nerves are connected to like parts of your neck. I don't know, the body is a weird thing. She kept asking me like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, but in the inside I was like, no, I'm dying. So if you've ever gotten a tattoo, this is the best way I could describe it. That part of that tattoo that like the tattoo artist is going over, that is like, that feels painful, but like you know it's gonna be over in like 5 seconds, so like you're like holding on to the pain and then it goes away and then you're like, all right, I got the rest of this, it doesn't hurt. Okay, that little painful part was the whole session. It was the whole fucking session. She would walk away to go get more ink and I would think she was done, and then when she would walk back to keep tattooing, I was like I felt so bad because I was like, oh, you have a little bit left? You still have a lot more? She's like, yeah, I'm like halfway. Like I kept asking her. I was like, I like she probably could tell that I was over it. And at the end of the session, I was like, I'm so sorry if I made you feel rushed. Like I really, like, I just couldn't handle it anymore. Like it was so freaking painful. I was so close to freaking giving up. Like I wanted to like get up and be like, all right, you're done. Like you don't have to keep going. Like you could be done right here. I remember when she told me she finished, I felt so relieved. And then she's like, I'm gonna put white ink on it, and I was like, okay. I was not ready for this tattoo, guys. I knew it was gonna be painful, but not like that. My back was hurting, my butt was hurting. I was just so uncomfortable at the end of the session. So she started at like 1 and then she finished like around 6:30, but we had taken a few breaks in between. Like we stopped to eat and we stopped to like take breaks, and like I had to pee and whatever. So it wasn't really that long. It was probably like 3-4 hours, but yeah, that shit was an experience for sure. But aside from that, you know, she did a very good job. Like I said, it is almost healed. It's been a week and I do not regret it, and I don't think I'll ever regret it. So for those of you wondering what the meaning is, by the way, I finished the meatballs. This is what they look like. But if you're wondering what the meaning is, it's a little deeper than what I'm about to explain, but I don't think I'm ready to speak about that part of the meaning, so I'm just gonna keep it, you know, general. I hope you guys can respect that. Sorry, my sister's coming back from Arizona right now. She just landed like not that long ago, and I'm waiting for her to get home, and I thought she was home, but she's not. So the reason why I wanted an angel, I chose to put the angel above my, like closest to my ear. And also I chose this placement so that it signifies to me that I am always listening to my angels and my spirit guides. I don't know if the music is too loud, so let me lower it down. But yes, I'm always listening and trying to allow my spirit guides and angels and spiritual team to guide me and like set me through the right path that I'm supposed to go through in life. So that's why I decided to get it close to my ear, because I feel like that's them whispering in my ear that everything's gonna be okay, and you know, this is what I gotta do to get my life together and, you know, accomplish my goals and do what I gotta do. And then I decided to get a dove under it. Doves represent peace. I'm not a very religious person, but they're known in the religion I grew up with, which is Catholic. I don't consider myself Catholic, I consider myself spiritual. Let me show off my sister's little cat right now because he's the cutest thing ever, but he's a little bitch. Let me explain myself a little more because I don't do it in my video. I am not religious, okay, but I am spiritual, meaning I believe in Jesus. I believe in La Virgencita de Guadalupe, but I don't believe in the beliefs that religion has put on us. For example, that we go to hell, God doesn't forgive, God sends you to hell. All these things, like, I just don't, it doesn't make sense to me in my mind. So I just wanted to clarify that because I didn't really go into it in this video. And I would love to make a whole separate video of me speaking about my spirituality. I want to post videos of me making tarot videos. I want to dedicate my channel or some videos in my channel to my spirituality. So that will be coming soon. Of course, if you're not a religious or spiritual person, you don't have to watch, but I did want to just clarify that really quick. Doves have a really big meaning in my life. I think that's what I need a lot in my life, is just peace and love. Not only that, but also my grandpa had a collection of doves in his garage before he passed. Correction, I actually just discovered that my grandpa would actually feed the doves outside. It was my uncle who had a dove collection in his garage. But either way, doves remind me a lot of my grandpa, and that was one of the meanings behind my dove tattoo. Every time I see a dove, it just reminds me of my grandpa. The angel has more deep meanings, but you know, I'll tell you guys about that at another time when I feel ready to talk about it. But yeah, I hope that explanation wasn't too long or confusing. I am super happy with the way it turned out. It is so beautiful. I am for sure gonna go back to her and get more tattoos from her because she did such a good job. Again, I will link her down below, and let's continue cooking, my loves. So I just tried the pasta. It is almost al dente. This is what it's looking like. It looks so yummy. So because our stovetop has 3 little stovetops and 1 big one, I'm gonna wait for this pasta to be done. It's literally almost done, and then I'm gonna start cooking up my meatballs. This is Jamaica, jugo de Jamaica. This is what the meatballs look like. They look so yummy, guys. Look at my babies, look at my babies, look at the face, look at the face. These are my babies, these are my babies. Look at my other babies, it's my babies, it's my little Pinky Winky, my babies. He's like, girl, what are you doing? Why are you pointing that thing in my face? So I have the strainer right here, and we're about to pour the pasta in here. I'm gonna let this sit here while I cook up my meatballs. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep an eye on these ones. Make sure they don't touch it. Also, I'm gonna keep this to the side right here because I'm going to mix up the sauce and the cooked meatballs all together in this same pot. So since it's not a lot of meatballs, we're just gonna use this size pan. And we're gonna start cooking these up. I think these all fit in here, so we're gonna try to put them all. Okay guys, so while that cooks, I want to show you guys a little drinky drink that I got at my local supermarket. It was made at my supermarket. I keep thinking the door is unlocking. Sister, where are you? It is water, strawberry water, agua de fresa. So I wanted to get my reaction on camera. Is it Starbucks flavoring or is it better? This tastes like a strawberry milkshake. That is good, guys. Okay, my loves. So we're gonna get started on the croissants. Meanwhile, the meatballs cook. So I'm gonna show you guys everything you need. You of course need a pan. This is my sister's recipe, so I need to ask her if we need a pan. I'm not sure. But I have some peanut butter. I like the creamy kind. I don't like crunchy, but if you guys want it, you know, add some crunch to your croissants, then be my guest. It tastes the same. Nutella and croissants. I dropped one of them, so that's why this one is green, because it's a different kind. I accidentally got 90 calorie, but you know, the other one popped, so we can use it. Turns out you do need pan. I'm gonna do the next step on a cutting board because I was gonna do it over top of the pan, but since I put Pam in there, I'd rather just do it on here. But pretty much you're gonna open up, I couldn't figure out how to do it. You're gonna open up your croissants and you're gonna get them rolled out. Pop. It's so satisfying, guys. I put the camera facing down so you guys could see what I'm doing. But I just got a butter knife to cut the slices. I need to check on my meatballs. They're looking good, guys. Oh my god, guys. So life has been crazy. I'm about to tell you guys something that happened to me this weekend, and I've been telling everyone that I talked to today. Alright, so I just got done flipping the meatballs, but I have a few stories. They're not that juicy, but pretty much I have PTSD. Loud noises scare me because I've gone through some traumatic events that relate to gunshots and break-ins. And I recently went through something like this past weekend. So I want to just share this story because it's pretty funny. Honestly, it's a little funny. We're gonna get into that, but let me show you guys how I make the Nutella and peanut butter croissants, and then as I'm making the rest, I'll get into the tea. All right, my lovely humans. So what you're gonna do is after you cut your slices of croissant rolls, I like to make sure that, you know, if they're broken, you know, you stick them back together like I did right there with my fingers. Next, you're gonna grab your Nutella and your peanut butter. Then you're going to grab a spoon. You're gonna grab 2 spoons, one for Nutella and one for peanut butter. And your hands are gonna get dirty unless you want to use another spoon to like put it in there, but I use my hands because it's too much dishes that I'm dirtying. But you're gonna put a little blob right there in the fattest part of your croissant on all of them. Then you're gonna grab another spoon, another clean spoon, and you're gonna grab some peanut butter and you're gonna put it next to the Nutella. You're gonna fold in the corners like I just did. Just pull them and fold them over top of each other. And then you're gonna roll it up. And there you have your little peanut butter and Nutella filled croissants. And you're just gonna do this to all of them and go put them on the pan. All right, my lovely humans, I'm gonna do this to the rest of my croissants, to these and to this one as well. This is what the meatballs are looking like right now, guys. Looking good, smelling good. But I'm pretty much just flipping them around to make sure all the edges, everything is cooked all the way through. Okay guys, so I have taken the meatballs out of the pan. Who goes there? What I did to check if they were good is I stabbed them and I opened them and they're cooked. So they're done. So you can't see what's in there, but I put the pasta already. And now I'm gonna pop open this jar if I can. And we're gonna pour this, all of it. Yes, all of it. God is good, guys. That's all I gotta say. I could have been dead right now. Don't worry, honey. I know you're waiting for that story time. I'm gonna pop the meatballs in here. Mix it all up, honey. Okay, my lovely humans, this is what we're looking like. It smells so good. It doesn't look as appetizing, but I promise you the smell is amazing. And we're gonna eat soon, but first I gotta put these in the oven. Okay, so it started off as a casual Saturday night. My boyfriend asked me to go bowling with him and his coworkers, and I was like, okay. I mean, I haven't seen his coworkers in a while. By the way, me and my boyfriend met at work. We both worked at the same store, and I want to get him on one of my videos soon, so maybe we'll get a little story time on how we met in the video. It was a casual night, nothing crazy, you know, yet at least. We went to a bowling alley, and in this bowling alley there's like security guards outside making sure that like people don't take weapons in, people don't take any dangerous drugs. I don't know if they check for drugs. I don't really know what they check for, because apparently we weren't that safe. We got some drinks, we were about to order food. Mind you, I have a lot of social anxiety, so I was already anxious because I hadn't seen his coworkers in a long time, and also there's like some new people that I haven't met that were going, so it was like a lot for me to be there, you know. So the night goes on, you know, we are bowling, and it's my boyfriend's turn, and he's up there, you know, throwing the ball, and all of a sudden I hear a whole bunch of loud gunshot sounding noises. I didn't automatically think that there was gonna be a shooting, and I look up at one of our friends, and she looks up at me, and we kind of stare at each other for like a good 2 seconds. Like, did we actually hear what we thought we heard? Like, what was that? Like, I honestly initially thought someone dropped something. Like, I thought it was like, you know, like a bowling ball that had fell. I don't know. Bowling alleys are loud, right? So I didn't assume gunshots. After that, like, it stopped, and I look over at the opposite side of the bowling alley that we were sitting at, and I just see a whole bunch of people start yelling and running. And at that point, I froze, because I was like, holy shit. Like, my mind switched from like a casual, like, oh, this is like a fun night, to like survival mode. Like the same reaction I got when the other two... You see? Like, what was that? I don't like it. I don't like loud noises. The same reaction that I had when the other two occasions that I spoke about happened, like the same survival mode instincts just switched. And I was like, holy shit, I need to fucking duck. Like, I need to hide. My sister's here. I'm making croissants. Okay guys, sorry for the interruption. Initially, you know, we fucking processed what was going on, and we were like, we need to duck. We were hiding, and my initial thought was, where's my boyfriend? I looked around, I didn't see him right there where we were ducking. Like, I saw his coworkers but not him, and I was like, where is he? Bitch, tell me why I look up and he's still bowling. And I was like, what do I do right now? From what I found out after what happened is that the guy was shooting outside of the bowling alley first, so they weren't as loud. So my assumption is he just thought that it was like the bowling balls just crashing into each other. I don't know what he thought, but he did not hear the freaking gunshots. And I was yelling his name, and he would not hear. And in my head, I was like, fuck, like, do I go run to him? Like, what do I do? And like, I was like, if I go run to him and a bullet is like flying through the air, it's gonna hit me or him, and it's just gonna be bad, like, regardless of what I do. I was just praying at that point, asking God to like have him make eye contact with me and realize what's going on. And thank God he eventually did. He turned around and he saw me. He told me that when he turned around, he was like, why is everyone ducked down? Like, he was so confused. But then I guess like he heard more gunshots, because the guy was shooting a lot. Like, he had like he shot another round of gunshots, and by those, of course, he already knew what was going on. People were screaming, people were running, and I look at him and I'm like, get down. Like, I was like, get down, like, dude, like, come on. Like, he looked so lost when he turned around. It was funny but not funny. He goes and he ducks down, and then we don't know what to do. We're kind of just there. We're looking around like, is he here still? Is he outside of the building? Like, do we stay ducked down? Is he gonna come over here and start shooting us? Like, what do we do? Like, we were scared. Like, initially we were like, what do we do? We then see people running towards an exit that was pretty close by to us. And then my boyfriend yells at me. He's like, let's go, we gotta go. And I'm like, but we don't know where he is. Like, I was kind of like not sure if to go outside or if to stay inside, because we were like, what if, in my head I was like, what if he like ran outside and he started shooting people outside? Like, I didn't know what to expect. I was still like looking around. I was like observing my surroundings, like making sure that we weren't near him. I was trying to get out of there. I was trying to get all the people, all our friends and everyone we were with out of there. So we end up just running out of the bowling alley and we ran to the parking lot. And at that point I was like, I told my boyfriend, I was like, should we even be outside right now? Because like, we don't know where this dude is. Like, what if he's outside? And he was like, yeah, like it's fine, like we need to get out of here. And then tell me why this dude, he's a big shoe head, of course, because we met at a shoe store. Tell me why he's over here like, we need to get our shoes, we need to get our shoes. We had the bowling shoes on. I was like, babe, this is not the moment. Like, the shoes are not worth it. Like, leave the shoes inside. What are you thinking about? Like, no, we're not going back in there to get the shoes. Like, what if the dude is still in there? We were walking around the parking lot. Everyone was running out of the parking lot. You just see cars driving out of the parking lot, leaving. And we were like, fuck, like, where's the homie? Where's this person? Where's that person? Like, we were just concerned about our friends. Like, we were like, where is everyone? We were still processing, but also like keeping, like staying alert, making sure that like the guy is like nowhere near us, because we didn't know who he was. Of course, we didn't see him. We just heard the gunshots. We just see like a whole bunch of cop cars rushing into the freaking parking lot. And then I look over and I see a guy who's like laid out on top of a car, and there's a cop right there with him, and he's like checking him because I later found out that he did in fact get shot on the leg. I didn't know if he did or not at that moment, but they were like putting his pants down, I guess, to check the wound. And then tell me why a few seconds later, one of my boyfriend's friends that was there, he ends up coming out with a bag full of our shoes and our stuff, with a whole mixed drink in his hand, like looking like a G. Like, he's like, I did that. Like, dude, you were in there still? Like, I was like so surprised. I was like, how the heck did he get that? But I'm guessing like a worker gave him a bag and like he put everything in there. I'm not sure. I am just super grateful that we are alive. I really feel bad, and I hope, you know, the guy that got shot in his leg is okay and he's recovering. But it was just a big blessing that, you know, the guy who did this did not go in with an intention of killing more people or hurting any more people, because I don't know if he had that intention. I'm not gonna say that he did, but he definitely had an intention of hurting people, because if you're shooting a gun, like, you obviously know what a gun does. Like, you're not stupid. I'm happy no one else got hurt. I'm happy that, you know, the guy that got shot in his leg didn't lose his life. And I'm just so grateful that I am here, because, and my boyfriend, like, he was literally standing in the freaking war zone. Like, he was literally out there in plain sight. Everyone was already ducked down, and he like turned around all confused, like, what's going on? Like, I was like, get down, dude. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, I do love bowling, and I would love to go bowling again. I just don't think I would go back to that bowling alley. All right, my beautiful people, so this is what I have so far done. I was able to fit all of these on the pan. I made 16 with both of the packets, and I have preheated my oven to 350. I'm letting it heat up, and that's pretty much it to the croissants. You just put 2 dollops of the Nutella and peanut butter, roll it up, and that's it. Even though the world is scary, I know that change is possible, and I just love the world, and I just would hate to hear of another shooting happen, especially because I know what goes through your mind. Like, when you're going through that, like, it's just your initial instinct is just, where do I go? Like, how do I get out of this? Like, it's very scary to go through, and I would just hate to hear anyone in general, or anyone that I really dearly love and have in my heart, go through this. It's just a very scary experience that I don't wish on anyone. Life is crazy, stuff happens. Be grateful that you're alive and that you're still on this world, and there's a reason for it. My cats are going crazy, but you know, if I wasn't here, who would be here to feed the cats, you know? Who would be here to take care of my babies? I hope you guys got some insight off of that story time. This is not something to brag about. No one wants to go through this. If you experience things like this on a daily, it's just, I really, like, my heart goes out to you, because I just wish you wouldn't. Like, I wish I could take these experiences away from you, because this is just not how the world should live. Like, the world should live peaceful. Like, we should live a happy life. Like, we shouldn't be afraid of, like, being out. We shouldn't be on survival mode 24/7. Like, we should be able to live our life. This is what God intended us to be on this planet for, like, to live our life and to enjoy life and to have fun doing it. And the fact that, like, these things are just so glorified nowadays, like, oh, like, guns, and I have drugs, and I do this, and I'm a hoe, and I'm a, like, I don't fuck with that. Like, no, like, it's not cute. People who flaunt it, just, I don't know. That's your thing, you know, whatever you want to do, it's your life. If that makes you happy, and I support it, and I'm not trying to sound sarcastic of being 100% dead ass serious. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you do. But I just don't feel like that's what we were put on this planet to do. Like, God didn't do that. Like, he didn't send us down here to hurt each other. He sent us down here to love each other, to uplift one another. And I just feel like it's just, the world is not really in that moment right now. But I feel like the world can change. I feel like there's not a lot of hope nowadays, but I just feel like hope is a very strong word. Faith is a very strong word, and I have a lot of it, and I want to share it. So, you know, if you like what you hear, subscribe. So I'm still waiting for the oven to preheat, but I served myself a plate of the spaghetti, and we're gonna taste test for the first time. Obviously the sauce was pre-made, so I didn't make it myself, so there's not really much to taste test. But what I'm excited to taste test is these meatballs, because I don't think I've mastered my meatballs before, but I think these are gonna be good, so let's taste it. Guys, those breadcrumbs I've never added, but that gave it a really good flavor. Alright, my people, these are ready. Oh, they're a little too ready. Okay, so these are not supposed to be this golden brown, but I always overcook my desserts. I don't know why, but they're still gonna taste good. Okay, they're just a little bit more browner than you know than they should. But you know, I'm getting my energy back now that I ate and I'm looking at these. But I'm going to cut it here. I'm letting out my craziness, but I'm cutting it here. I'm finishing the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my little story times. I hope you guys, you know, had fun with me today, cooking some spaghetti meatballs and making some croissants over there that look delicious, but they're a little bit more cooked, more golden, but it's okay. That's how we like them. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see when we taste it, but we'll see. Please stay safe out there, my friends, my beautiful, lovely humans, my tiny team. Please stay safe. Make sure that you're always aware of your surroundings. Make sure, this is sad to say, but make sure you always have a visual location of exits and all that, because you do not want to find yourself trapped in a situation like that. And make sure you like, comment if you have any thoughts that you want to share, and subscribe, turn on your bell, because I am going to start getting on my grind. I need to start getting on my grind and stop saying that I'm gonna do it. Anyways, love you. Mwah. All day long.